latitudes natural phenomenon was observed by residents of Spain. A water tornado formed over the sea and approaches the shore. According to the state meteorological agency, as soon as it reached the beach, instead of Togo to fall apart, it continued moving deep into the land. Wind gusts reached 140–180 kilometers per hour. The tornado tore roofs from houses, moved cars and dug with the root of the tree. The good lasted him short long. With the plan of all its destruction, the Devil's Funnel coped in just 10 minutes. Chirina, Malaga, and Pleamar, Torremolinos were the most affected by the vortex. Almost 24 cars suddenly changed the location of their parking lot with a radius of 10 meters, and in local parks were turned off more than 30 orange trees. To eliminate the consequences of emergency in the Primorje will require more than 1.5 billion rubles. Primorje comes to its senses after icy rain and snow. Authorities calculated approximate damage from the devastating element. The damage is very significant, both moral and material. The final figure will be significantly greater for cyclone relief. The federal government allocated 700 million rubles to the region, and the seaside deputies approved amendments to the budget for the current year, and for the elimination of the consequences of emergency allocated 900 million of contingency fund. Element broke a lot of firewood, people were left without electricity, water heating. God and optimists. While without power supply and heating, there are 1,000 inhabitants of the region. Although a lot has already been done to help, local crews have already arrived energy from other regions of the country when resuming the supply of electricity to the population. Warned not to include all devices at once. Central thermal points of the city are connected. 18 generators work, 13 more according to the emergency scheme. The volume of damage in the Primorje from the ice cycle to great help. Local crews have already arrived energy of Sakhalin and Amur regions, Khabarovsk territory. Today are waiting for specialists from Transbaikal and St. Petersburg. Record snowfall passed in the U.S. state of Colorado. So, at Denver International Airport, 12 centimeters of snow fell. The record for this day, breaking the old record set in 1946. In addition, it was the first November record of snow to fall in the city in a day since 1994. As previously reported, a historical snowstorm paralyzed life on the Labrador Peninsula, Canada, a snowstorm. Authorities were forced to close roads, school, government offices and cancel flights. In the city of Chernomorsk-Odessa region of Ukraine, law enforcers investigate the fact of pollution of the sea with oil products. It is specified that law enforcement authorities learned about incident. Mass media who wrote that in the village Alexandrivka near the Black Sea on the dock sinks the vessel of the Marine Search Rescue Service, and around it formed a spot of oil products. Also, law enforcement agencies representatives of the State Environmental Inspection addressed the statement. In this regard, criminal proceedings under the article of sea pollution have been opened, and investigation is carried out. The floods of Malaysia, Indonesia and Thailand affected about 25,000 people and damaged 1,000 Malaysian homes. As of November 27th, there is a significant increase in the water level in the rivers in the state of Terengganu. So, in the mooring area from 23 to 25 November, more than 500 millimeters of rain collapsed. From heavy rains, some areas of the Indonesian island of Sumatra, coming out of the banks of the river, did a lot of destruction in Meranjan district in Jambi province. 921 houses were damaged and over 4,000 people were injured. Flooding struck the town of Bengkulu of the province of the same name. Powerful thunderstorm showers hit New Orleans. The rains flooded several blocks underwater, left streets and lower floors of homes. A number of residents were trapped. The reason for the incident was old sewer pipes, which for many years no one cleaned of garbage. At least 7 people were killed in lightning strikes inside Mozambican territory. In addition to the deaths, bad weather, accompanied by rain and strong winds, destroyed public and private infrastructure. An interagency team is currently working in Manaka province to assess the damage caused by the weather. No other details of the scale of the disaster were given. In the Arctic will conduct general cleaning. The Ministry of Natural Resources and Ecology of Russia intends to propose a new program for general cleaning of the Arctic. According to the head of the department, the order in this zone will positively affect the development of tourism. But general cleaning in the Arctic regions of Russia will require the participation of business. According to expert estimates, only Stage 1 inventory of all accumulated garbage will require about 500 million rubles. The cleaning itself will cost even more. Do not forget, please subscribe to the channel and put likes. For us this is very important. The last lunar eclipse this year is expected on the night of Monday, November 30th. A half-shadow lunar eclipse occurs when the moon passes through the outer shadow of the Earth, otherwise called the penumbra, without falling into the darker inner shadow of such lighting only part of the moon. It becomes dark during a total lunar eclipse. The whole moon darkens. Eclipse on Monday night. It will be difficult to see with the naked eye. Can only slightly reduce the brightness. The half-shadow lunar eclipse on 30th of November coincides with the full moon, when the Sun, Earth and Moon will be on the same straight. Every year about 2 billion tons of sand dust rises into the atmosphere, and a quarter of this volume settles in the oceans. On the one hand, dust is the main source of nutrients and metals coming from outside the sea. These elements are essential for all life forms and primarily phytoplankton. The improving effect of desert plumes is also thought to affect the growth of algae, which is an important food source for marine life. In particular, dust contributes to the unusual active growth of sargasso algae, which from 2011 until it has been observed in the Caribbean Sea and Atlantic Ocean along the coast of Western Africa and Brazil. And on the other hand, sandstorms carry in the ocean not only useful substances, but also pathogenic microorganisms. For example, a number of diseases affecting coral reefs cause bacteria carried by airflow, deserts. Dust and sand microparticles have an impact on weather, as well as global and regional climate. They act as condensation nuclei to form clouds and as effective agents for hail formation. Thank you for watching the release. Special thanks for your comments and support of the channel. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so as not to miss the latest events on Earth.